Welcome to Declarative Webhooks. In this demo, you'll learn how easy it is to set up a bidirectional integration between Salesforce and any external platform. Today, we'll show you how to create and implement inbound and outbound call templates. The first step in building an integration is to set up your call templates. Each template, either outbound or inbound, represents a connection point with a third-party system. First, we're going to build an outbound connection. This is where you're sending information from Salesforce to a third-party system. The first step in creating an outbound call, or callout, is to set up the callout details page. On this page, you'll be able to complete fields like callout URL, callout method, pre-callout, and authorization type. You should be able to find these fields in your third-party system's API documentation, but you can always reach out to the Declarative Webhooks support and schedule a help session if you have any questions. The header page autofills with information. Unless your third-party platform's API documentation says otherwise, you can click Continue. Next, we will build the JSON request body. For an outbound call, this will determine what we want to send to our third-party platform. To get started in the JSON builder, select the plus icon. After you select the object and complete a few foundational fields, you'll be able to select from any custom, standard, or related field or list from that object. In addition to creating your own JSON request body, you can also click the Generate from Sample JSON button to automatically create your objects and nodes. Just copy a sample from your API documentation and paste it into the window. Press Generate and voila, your JSON body is built. From here, you can begin mapping Salesforce fields from your main object by selecting the Edit icon next to the row and replacing the static values from the sample body. Once we're done, we can click Continue. The response body section works the same as the request body. Just like the previous page, you can create your own body or use the Quick Create option. Once completed, move on to the Response Actions page. As the name suggests, this determines what you want your third-party system to do in Salesforce as a response to your initial call. When you are finished, click Save to complete your call template. That's it, you've built an outbound connection. Now we're ready to test. As we set up a test, we will preview the payload and then check the results. Once you've built and tested your connection, you'll decide how you want to trigger your connection. You can trigger a connection as a button on a record page, in a flow, in Process Builder, as a scheduled batch, or in Apex. Now that you've created and implemented your outbound connection, we'll show you how to build an inbound connection. This is where you're sending information from a third-party system to your Salesforce org. On the Inbound Template tab, click New. Just like an outbound call, the first step when creating an inbound template is to complete the call details page. Here, we'll name the call and select what the object that's going to be called is. Essentially, this is what you want your third party to connect with in your Salesforce org. On the request body page, you'll actually build out what you want the third-party system to connect to in your Salesforce org. Again, like the outbound call, these directions are given via nodes in the JSON body. When finished, we'll move down to the Response Action section. Now that you've built the connections via the JSON body, you will now build what the connections do in this section. Once completed, click Save and you've successfully built your inbound connection. We hope you've enjoyed the Declarative Webhooks overview. If you have any other questions, you can always reach us at support@omnitoria.io.